I did.
You went to see Haley, didn't you?
Look, it doesn't matter what I did, all right? What matters is we can't waste any more time. We gotta take care of this, and we gotta do it now.
You mean a lawyer?
Yeah, well, someone who can tell us what we're supposed to do. Look, I got about $150 saved up, all right? I still have my part-time job at the health club. It's gonna be a squeeze, yeah, but...
Brian, I know you. And I know when you're trying to hide what you're feeling inside.
I'm not feeling anything.
You are.
No.
Brian, I'm wrecking your life.
You're not wrecking my life.
I am. You've tied yourself to me and you've done all this for me. And just maybe you're losing the one thing that you care about the most.
You don't know what you're saying.
What happened with Haley?
Nothing.
Brian.
Look, things will go a whole lot smoother, all right, if we just don't talk about Haley, all right? I mean, we got enough problems making sure we're dealing with the immigration stuff right. Tomorrow, I'll pick you up and we'll go see Jack. Just bring your passport, any immigration stuff that they gave you when you came into the country. Look, things will work out fine. Good night.
I'm sorry that I wasn't more sensitive. I really don't know what to say, Gloria. I probably don't have the right to say anything. It's just I feel very strongly that it's wrong not to talk about what happened.
I can't.
I've noticed that you flinch when I get too close. You get this scared look in your eyes. I know that it's not aimed at me. I know it's aimed at the guy that did this to you.
Won't you just let it drop?
I don't mean to upset you. But don't you want to talk to someone? It doesn't have to be me. You could talk to the counselor at the Rape Crisis Center. She understands. She knows her stuff, Gloria. I wouldn't have recommended her otherwise. Couldn't you at least try? I'd like to choke the life out of whoever did this to you.
Having fun?
With you always.
Oh, you flatter me.
No, it's the truth. Your therapy, Will. You're very good for me.
Party therapy. What a great concept.
You may not agree with the tactics I use to get you to marry me.
Force you to marry me, you mean?
But I love you, Erica, and I would never humiliate you the way Jackson did just now.
No, you'd find a much more painful, hurtful way to do that.
No, I mean it. You've got to stay away from Jackson Montgomery. He's not any good for you. He's not to be trusted.
You don't run my life, Adam.
You're just like my daughter now. You want to go on being hurt?
I hurt him.
You hurt him? Are you joking? That man has a hide like a rhinoceros. And a brain to match. He has no idea how precious you are.
You do?
Yes, I most certainly do. You outshine every woman in this room.
Yes, I do. But I'm sure that tarnish will fade the minute that Dimitri Marek really takes over enchantment and tosses me out of my keister.
Well, then, I won't let him do that. You and I will outsmart that slithering predator and live happily ever after.
Listen to me, Adam. If you would really like to show how much you love me, if you would really like to help, why don't you stop laughing and get back over there and find out what Jack and Brooke have on Dimitri Marek in Vienna. So far, you have found zilch.
Hi. May I?
Certainly.
Thank you. They do look like fellow conspirators, don't they?
Yes, they do, and I'm sure that's the reason we're here together.
I am alive again.
Oh, and I am where I belong. Darling, have you seen Helga?
Helga at all, what?
I was just wondering.
Well, don't worry. Knowing Helga, she's probably taking care of everything.
It is a lovely plan.
It's absolutely perfect. Just as we'd hoped. Did your friends approve of your wedding dress?
Oh, they thought it was unique.
I can't wait to see you in it. If there are any problems, Helga's an excellent seamstress. She'll be able to help you with alterations.
She already has.
Thank you. I should have run right back to you the minute Erica cut in on Dixie.
You don't have to apologize. I know when Erica latches on to someone, it's very hard to get away.
Funny thing is, we were dancing and she was crying, begging for information. All of a sudden I heard this voice in my head and said, walk away, Jack. Just walk away. I realized that's what I have to do with Erica. I have to just walk away. What?
Brooke, I've come to collect that dance you promised me.
I never promised you a dance.
You didn't? Well, you certainly should have. I won't hold it against you. Come on.
Oh, well, lucky me.
You look absolutely beautiful. The trip to Vienna must have been good for you.
Oh, you disappoint me, Adam.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because you're using the same strategy that Erica used on Jack, and I thought you would be more creative.
Why waste creative energy when I really don't want to know what happened to the others?
Well, if that's reverse psychology, that's not going to work either.
No, believe me. I have no desire to hear about your romantic weekend with Jack. That is what it was, isn't it?
You couldn't be more wrong. And that's all I'll say. Except you're wasting your time. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well?
Brooke told me everything.
Everything?
The whole story.
Why don't I take you home?
I'm sorry for being such a drag.
No, you're not being a drag. You're being very nice, but I understand why you're not in the party and
What a shock. To open the door and see Lucas after all these years.
I understand.
The gall that he would just drop out of the sky wanting to see his son. My son. I raised him with no help from him.
I read about it in the paper, and I just wanted to come and see how you were doing.
I'm fine. Doing great. It's gonna take me a while and Look, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but do I know you? Or do you know my mom or something?
Well, I used to, yeah.
Oh. Well, what's your name?
Friends call me Breaker. I used to be a pretty good basketball player.
Oh. Cool.
I'm a friend of your dad's.
You know my father?
Yeah, he's the one that gave me my nickname.
Well, what's he like? Tell me about him.
Well, I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, do you know where he is?
Look, I came to see about you. How are you doing? Are you really okay? I mean, you know, there's no like after effects, is it? You took a hell of a beating.
I'm all right. I just, I had a concussion and stuff like that, but they fixed me up okay.
Oh, did they get the creeps that did it?
Yeah. And the assistant DA, she'll get him. She's real good. Listen, about my father, I mean, is he okay? I mean, how's he doing? I mean, do you guys still keep in touch? Do you talk to him? I mean, what does he look like? Do I look like him? Would you know I'm his son?
Doesn't your mom talk about him at all?
Are you kidding? To her, it's like he's dead.
Yeah.
He's been dead since before I was born.
Yeah, it makes sense that she would be bitter.
Yeah. She got pregnant when she was a kid, and she's been taking care of me ever since. I mean, my Uncle Derek and my grandparents helped, but,
She sounds like a real determined lady.
Yeah. Say, listen, about my dad, do you still keep in touch with him? I mean, do you still see him?
We're not that in touch anymore. I mean, I travel a lot.
Oh, so is that how you know each other? You guys work together or something?
Yeah. You know, our paths crossed, and we just hit it off.
And that's when he told you that he had a son. That's when you found out about me, right?
Yeah, he mentioned you, see, and that's how I knew that. I mean, you're using your mom's maiden names. That's how I did you in the paper.
Man, that's weird. After all this time, boy. I'd sure like to know more about him.
Well, I mean, if you're that anxious to get a rundown on your dad, I mean, would you like for him to come and visit you?
Stephen.
I mean it. A man who attacks a woman, threatens her, uses her the way this guy used you, he deserves to die. I'd like to strangle him, Gloria. Look, I don't know what happened that night, but this guy, he can't think that he can hurt women and get away with it. What he did to you, that matters. It was obscene. Why aren't you angry, Gloria? Don't you want to see this piece of filth locked up? Don't you want to see him paid for what he did to you?
Don't you think I want to see him pay? Don't you think I want him to get everything he deserves, to lock him up behind bars and spit on him? I do. I want that more than anything I've ever wanted in this entire life of mine.
Is it the trial? Is that what you're afraid of? You're afraid of what they'll do to you on the witness stand?
No, it's not that.
Talk to the counselor. She can explain all the legal ramifications. I'll stand behind you, I swear it. And so will Dixie, you know that.
I'm not going to tell anyone who did it. Not ever. Never.
It was someone you know, wasn't it?
Salute.
And all that jazz.
I've always had more style than money.
Don't you, Gloria?
Don't, please.